moving on to our next mailbag question that we had submitted from the Camper Report, aka Ben Camperman. Go subscribe to Ben on YouTube. Ben asks, is DeMeco Ryans already better than Robert Saleh? It's a very blunt question, and I love it. The short answer, yes. And that is not to belittle anything that Robert Saleh was able to accomplish with the 49ers. But I'm going to qualify my answer. Really, it's going along the lines of, yes, he is already better than Robert Saleh at this point in their careers. He's gotten better faster than Robert Saleh was able to. And there are significant evidence points that would support the idea that he got better because he was able to witness Robert Saleh's growth. He was there with Robert Saleh as Robert Saleh continued to grow. Robert Saleh walked into a far inferior defense. 2017, that team was not good. Do we all recall that? Do we all remember just how bad 2017 and 2018 were from a roster standpoint? The 49ers were still absolutely rebuilding at that point. Robert Saleh had to come in as a first-time defensive coordinator and deal with the disarray of a roster that was not very talented. So we have DeMeco coming in, and he doesn't have to make any of the same mistakes because he was there with Saleh when Saleh made them, and he learned from those. I may be falling victim to recency bias here because we're seeing DeMeco Ryans' growth from weeks 1 to 5. If you had asked me this question after week 3, I may have given you a different answer. It felt at that point that Ryans had no adjustments or answers for Aaron Rodgers. I was extremely frustrated after the defense gave up that field goal to end the game with a loss to A-Rod and the Packers. I would have answered this question very differently had you asked me after week 3. I thought that they had no answer for the chips on Bosa, that the schemes going into that final drive on defense were weak, and the adjustments seemed to be non-existent. However, in the last 2 weeks, I have been incredibly impressed. In the last 2 weeks, it feels as if DeMeco Ryans is coming into his own. He had absolutely had answers for Nick Bosa continually getting chipped. He started moving him around the line. It created an atmosphere where Nick, again, was free to operate and continue what is, to this point, a phenomenal season for Nick Bosa, sack-wise. Even if statistically in other categories, people may say he's more efficient in 2019. The results are the results, and the results are good to this point. DeMeco certainly gets the credit there. Incredibly impressed over the last 2 weeks. The fact is that this team may still end up a top 5 defense even after losing their shutdown corner. That to me is mind-boggling. I've got to do huge shout out for DeMeco Ryans. No question he deserves the credit in my book.